Okay, warning, the time watching the following video is non-refundable. Hello, welcome back to Lloyd and JD, the best fucking podcast in the world. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
And you know what? We never say it, but please like the video and subscribe if you're new.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff.
But you should definitely do that.
Absolutely. Especially if you're on YouTube, because YouTube, you are slacking behind.
But then I'm guessing if you're new, this wasn't the video you clicked on.
No.
This is one of the videos you watch because there's fuck all else to watch on the Lloyd JD show at this point. So what's up?
Had a busy week. Was photographing Rise Against at the Grey Eagle along with Pierce the Veil and White Lung. So it was a good show. It was funny. Phil, who we had on the show before, the little guy with the tattoos that does all the suspension stuff. He was at the concert. I got a photograph of him. He got hoisted up into the crowd. He was surfing on top of the crowd, and the lead singer of Rise Against was standing on the barrier, holding the microphone to him, and he was singing along. So it was kind of interesting because, you know, working, and then Phil's there, and it was kind of neat. I don't like
Rise Against the Machine, but
It's Rise Against.
Whatever.
Yeah. Not Against the Machine.
Well, Rise Against.
Yeah, Rise Against.
Oh, it's different sound?
Yeah, different sound.
Oh, okay, cool. Never heard of it. I thought you were saying Rise Against the Machine.
No.
And that was just shortening it.
Yeah, it's just Rise Against.
Okay, well then I know them even less than I know Rise Against the Machine.
Yeah, they've got a new album out.
Is it?
Wolves.
Are they famous?
They are famous. It was a sold out show.
Okay, so where was it at?
It was at Grey Eagle, which they don't always sell out there. I mean, those are kind of.
There?
Can you smoke in there? You can smoke in the casino, yes.
No, can you smoke in where the band play?
I don't believe so, no.
That's stupid.
I don't know, though. I don't know what would happen.
I would have been smoking weed. Like, every concert I've ever been to, I've smoked weed.
Well, I mean, you go to a concert and you smell weed, whether you're allowed to smoke
like,
weed or
where
not.
Have you ever been where you haven't smoked weed at a concert? Well, obviously you haven't, but I've been to like the chillest concerts ever where I'm still smoking weed.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's
I've
interesting.
smoked weed in the BMO, I've smoked weed in the Saddle Dome, and I've smoked weed in the Big Four.
There you go.
Who can say that?
Yeah.
Right?
Everywhere. Everywhere there's music, Lloyd has smoked weed.
Yes, sir. I went to the Who at Saddle Dome when I was about 17 and got absolutely ripped, and I barely even blazed. It was so hotboxed. I've never seen a room that large, that smoky.
Yeah.
And the people behind me, they must have been about 50.
Yeah.
And they were offering me joint, and I was 17. Really easygoing concert.
There you go.
So I had the munchies big time after that.
Yeah. I wonder how much food they sell at concerts.
Oh, with the munchies, like the Who, there was no one drinking. Everyone was just fucking ripped. Yeah. And they had like this big 3D screen that was like tripping everyone out.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's why they have things like nachos and like cheese.
Probably, because I had like a hot dog. And even when I go to Pearl Jam, I've been to Pearl Jam twice just because my mom likes Pearl Jam.
Yeah. And
my dad's got tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it, in his ear.
Yeah.
Doesn't really like going to shows too often, so I would go and accompany her, and I like to eat. My mom likes to dance the entire time. I'm not really much of a dancer.
Yeah.
That's why I've really stopped going to concerts. I don't like to dance. I don't like to move so much. I kind of like to just get stoned and sit there and listen. Like, that's how I would listen if I was going to like listen to an album at home. I would like sit down and enjoy it. So like concerts are really amped up because you're like there seeing, but I'm not really a fan based person. Like, I don't get super like starstruck. Right. You know what I mean? Like the lead singer who to walk up to me, and one, I probably wouldn't really recognize him, and I've seen him live. And two, I just kind of like I don't know. I just be like, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, you're a normal dude. They're all normal people.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
I'd never really understood how people get so wrapped up in like, the starstruck of it, because I've met, I don't know.
I think it's because they get so big and you're seeing them when hundreds or millions of people already like them, and then it just sort of becomes a thing. I've
shook hands with some famous people, and like, I don't know how to act because I'm not too... I feel like they're looking for me to be like, oh my God, like, it's really cool meeting you, but really I couldn't have cared less if you had met me or not.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. Most guys that I meet, and I meet them through work and stuff like that, it's just like, hey, how's it going? They're like, hey, I appreciate you coming out and shooting the show. And that's kind of it, right? I mean, it's just, they're doing their job, I'm doing my job, all that kind of stuff. They're really nice guys. Like, I mean, countless concerts I've seen, lots of really, really nice, musicians.
I tend to think like there's a couple of
they
famous
love their
people
fans, and
that
that's
would
kind
like
of
want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be like, he just wants to smoke weed with me because I'm pretty chill.
Yeah, that's possible.
That's how I would feel. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why is he better than me all of a sudden?
He's not.
Exactly.
Not.
That's how I feel. I'm just like, I'm pretty chill.
I think there might, on occasion there may be apprehension sometimes in those situations because they'll have things like super fans and it might freak them out because a lot of performers, I know a lot of musicians that are really introverted. I mean, they're extroverts on stage, but they're not really
There's not many people I could meet in public and recognize that singing wise, to be honest with you. Other than, like, most of the people that I probably recognize are dead.
Right.
I don't know. Like,
you would know Eddie
Bieber,
Vedder.
I'd know, but I wouldn't really want to meet him.
Right. You'd know Eddie Vedder, lead singer.
But then again, I've been to Eddie Vedder twice, 3 times. I can't remember. And each time, I forget that he looked like that. Oh. In my head, I don't know if it's because I picture like early 90s Eddie Vedder.
Right.
And then when I see Eddie Vedder, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That's Eddie Vedder. Like, I saw a picture of him the other day, and then I read Eddie Vedder underneath it, and I went back to the picture and was like, oh. See, I didn't even know it was him. So, I don't know.
That happens sometimes. Like, sometimes time stands still for fans because, like, you'll listen to, for example, Pearl Jam 10. He's got a certain look in that, and that's what you remember. And then you see him, and you don't realize that it's been 20-some years, and he's grown a little bit older,
It's like even Chad from... is Kroger his last name?
Right, from Nickelback.
Yeah, if you saw him now, like, I don't know, I saw him the other day, and he doesn't have the Mr. Noodle hair anymore.
Although everybody kind of kills him for that still.
If he sat next to me at like a bus, I'd look at him probably and be like, oh, he kind of looks like Chad, but move on with my day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll let you know. That's Wednesday for me, so.
Oh, you're going to Nickelback?
Yeah, I'll be working Nickelback.
I'd jam out Nickelback concert. I'd get super ripped and just someday, somehow,
Yeah, I mean, I'm there to work, so it'll be good. And
he says that, but really, he's there as a diehard fan.
Yeah,
He's gonna get a t-shirt.
What did I hear? I saw a video, and it's
get
like
a t-shirt.
There's 2 types of Nickelback fans: people who admit they like Nickelback, and those that don't.
I love Nickelback.
Yeah, it's
it's good shit. It's singable, sing-alongable.
Yeah,
and that's the greatest thing about it.
Yeah, yeah, it's junk food music.
It's junk food music. He made his own genre.
Yeah. You know what? For all the hate that they get, they have done amazingly well for a band that's based out of he had
Mr. Noodle hair. Like, come on.
As far as Canadian bands go, I mean,
and
it's
he's
hard
married
to
to
argue
Avril
the
Lavigne,
success.
is he not?
What's that?
He's married to Avril Lavigne.
I think they're divorced now. I don't know.
Even better, he divorced Avril Lavigne. What up?
Yeah,
she's been through.
Well, she went out with Derek from Sum 41.
Went out with the Green Day dude too, didn't she?
Oh, did she?
The singer of Green Day. I'm pretty sure I seen that in the tabloids.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
He has gross teeth.
Yeah,
lead singer of Green Day. Oof.
Yeah. Well,
so how you been anyway?
What's that?
What you got going on?
Just I'm getting ready. I'm going to do a quick little trip out to BC here in a couple days, and
go where?
Well, just to see family, check out the mountains, all that kind of stuff. I do that kind of stuff. I've got the music awards.
Where are you going?
In the Cusp area.
Ooh, never heard of it.
Yeah, south of Golden. So
never heard of that either.
Yeah,
sounds great.
So doing that, I've got the music awards.
Why the fuck didn't you go earlier in the summer?
Yeah, just the timing of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the briskest time to fucking.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't snow. But it's whatever. I've got the YYC Music Awards on Sunday, so I'll be there working.
We have one of those?
We have Calgary Music Awards every year.
Who won last year?
It depends on the category. So, like Cow Puncher won Video of the Year last year. Static Shift, I think, won.
Who decides who wins?
They have, it's just like the Junos. They have a jury, and they jury all the stuff and all the entries, and then it gets narrowed down, and then they have the award show and all that kind of good stuff. So I'll be there working, as I did last year. And
do you remember when I used to go to stuff? I used to go to stuff at some point. You used to have to force me to go, and I only made it to some stuff, but I used to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't miss it.
You don't miss it?
Nah.
No?
I like not being obligated to go do shit.
Yeah.
We might be obligated to go do something in November, and I dread it.
Yeah.
Don't want to go. Thinking of how I can get sick for that.
Yeah. Funny thing is they haven't gotten back to me yet.
Which is good.
You know, so
I pray.
We'll see how
Satan.
that goes. I don't mind going to things. I like dropping in. I mean, when I work, I enjoy working.
I have social anxiety, so my anxiety runs around going to somewhere new.
Yeah.
Not only going somewhere new and being around different people, but then being around different people new and having to fucking speak in public.
Right.
Prick.
Yeah. See, I mean, when we go to shows, I mean, the difference is that I'm working, so I have my little safe space that I go to and stuff, and you get left with the cougars.
Has a camera.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I can
stand at the bar, order gin and tonic, and wait for the cougars to come.
Going. Hopefully, there's no fucking cougars either. You can leave me the fuck alone. And it's
always
late
cougars.
into the evening. This one, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure going on. Hopefully, they get back to me soon because it makes me nervous because the material that we have to talk about, I have to study because
whatever. See,
it's
I
not
don't
my
need
thing.
to study for nothing.
Right. I mean, well, you'll just wing it.
Yeah.
Because that's what Lloyd does.
Yeah, man.
Right.
And it'll kill it.
I kind of like to know what I'm talking about.
I know what's going on. See, but you can't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
It's all theory, man. You just got to it's all about what's possible. That's the best thing about the world. See, people think that things have to be factual. They don't. The world's fucking things are impossible.
No, but I mean, it's good to know what you're talking about. So, I mean, if you're talking, let's say, about ghosts in Calgary, it's good to know that one of the most haunted places in Calgary is the Prince House, which is located in Heritage
See,
Park.
I don't give a shit about that.
Right?
I care about why things are haunted, or is it actually haunted? What we're seeing, why we're seeing it.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck where it is? And
No, but what I'm saying is knowing the stories and the natures of the haunting and stuff like that.
This guy's gonna regurgitate some history bullshit. The fucking whole come down to fucking horror fest. JD will fucking scare you with the amount of boring fucking knowledge he picked up of Google. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'll talk about extra dimensional beings.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is knowing information for me is it means I can actually talk about it because other than that,
research real fucking shit like poltergeists and what they are and how long they've been around and what the word means and why we invented poltergeists and how long we've been investigating poltergeists and what elementals are, and because this is what people are interested in.
Okay.
That's some scary shit.
Right. And like I said, I would have to read that stuff to be able to have a conversation because, you talk, say, how long poltergeist been around? I don't know. Ever since that little kid looked in the TV that had the static.
Medieval times. We're talking there's old stories of poltergeists.
Yeah. And I think by definition, they move things and throw things and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Energy that can pick up, move.
Yeah. So, I mean, but like I said, I would have to, I'd have to learn that stuff
and
because
the
it's not
between
stuff I read all the time.
That and electricity and how,
Yeah. Again, I'd have to read because I don't know.
You have a lot of fucking reading to do.
Well, and that's why I'm saying I'd like to
Maybe
know what's going on.
Maybe you should just read it as like a hobby and then you'll just be ready by time anyway. You should just investigate conspiracy theories because I feel like you'd be more a believer if you actually searched out some of the facts. Because there's a lot of bullshit. I agree with you.
Well, I took you called me in the week. You called me in the week because you often do, and you're like, "Hey, by the way,
I wanted to talk about the airport of Denver.
Airport.
Did you
look
it up?
Of course, I went and looked.
I forgot because I'm an idiot. But
So,
I did some research on that. I got really into that during the week because there's some shit about that place.
Yeah, it's garbage in my opinion.
Why? But why? Why all the stuff? That
Okay,
goes
so out of all the things, right? So number one, they talk about the steed at the front with the glowing red eyes and all that kind of stuff.
The light blue horse.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's Denver, the Denver Broncos. I mean, Broncos are a big part of it. The statue I get, it's whatever.
Why does it have red glowing eyes and it look evil as shit?
Because if you ever look at the Broncos logo for the football team, that's what it fucking looks like. So, I mean, they're just paying homage. Like, it's football country, man. So there's that. The other one was that they had a mural, and they had weird. Nazis and all that kind of stuff. And they talk about, it's like New World Order and all that. I don't kind of buy that. It's an artist rendition. I mean, one of the Nazis is getting stomped. It's about children and all that kind of stuff. I mean, art's always open to interpretation. So,
but in an airport, mate?
Yeah.
And at a mural that's signed off by government.
Look at the shitty public art that Calgary has.
It doesn't matter. Like,
from my place, you can look at the giant fucking blue ring.
Like, you're spreading it out amongst, like, so you need to look at the scenario itself, the situation. Not only was this an airport that went years over fucking budget, by millions, billions of fucking dollars, that you can't be accounted for, even if you look into what they apparently spent the money on, was an automated luggage system, which most airports have an automated luggage system. It wouldn't have taken them back as far as. And then the countless workers that say they buried these massive buildings that were filled with fucking room after fucking room that was underneath the fucking structure, the main structure of the airport, and the known about massive tunnels for no reason that interlock underneath that.
Right. The tunnels were actually supposed to be for a train system.
That's what they were supposed to be for.
Yeah.
But there is no underground train system for Denver. So it's odd. Yeah. It's odd, and of course you're going to say it's for something. Like, I don't doubt for a second that there's going to be people saying there's a reason for this stuff. But
the one thing that I will say that it was interesting about the whole thing is that they have a plaque, a memorial plaque, and it's where it talks about
and the Masonic symbol.
The Masonic symbol and stuff like that.
And that's not the only Masonic symbol through the entire place. If you go through the entire place, on the floor, there is many, many Masonic symbols, including like snakes held by eagles. All different types of weird...
And the Masons were tradesmen to begin with, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, essentially, does that make sense? Absolutely. Were they involved? Probably. We have Masonic logics that exist.
See, that's where you're looking past something completely. The Masonic were not trade... The Masonics were an old... That's one of the oldest clans or gatherings of people in the world. It dates back to ancient Egyptian times where they were called Illuminati, and Illuminati means enlightened one in Egypt. And there was 4 main clans of the Illuminati, and they were kings or princes or priests, and they were given a knowledge. They were given something that was above mankind, that was knowledge. And if you go into some of these temples, like they have one of the temples, which is by the pyramids, and inside that they have like pictures of what they would call an ancient light bulb. Looks like ancient light bulb, and they believe this was the source of light, of where they figured out how to harness electricity, and that's what they believe. The pyramids, it was all kind of like creating nuclear energy and therefore and so on. But the fact that Masonics were not workers, they were knowledge holders. They had knowledge that was above humankind. It was one of the worst things that have ever happened to humans. Instead of sharing our knowledge and moving forward as a race, we decided to create a cult and give that cult the knowledge of the world. And within that knowledge, they will move forward and control the world. That's what they are. It's what they stand for. If you look back in their oldest scriptures, that is who they are. They are knowledge holders. They are the key between what we don't know and what we do know. There is books inside of there that we will never get our fucking hands on. And they have things that we deserve to know. And if you really look into the Masonic guys, they've done some sick fucking evil shit, and they've backed some sick evil fucking campaigns through their life. Yeah. And there's been some leaks of their fucking documents, and some of their documents are a little fucking shady. Not only being the creation of ISIS, like telling of creation of ISIS, like this is going to happen because we're going to make it happen. But there's many other things about like the gay movement and the transsexual movement. And it goes very deep into how they control our lives and how they can change our hormones and I don't believe that they are just workers, no. And I don't believe that when they put their name on a fucking building, it just means, we gave a little bit of money to the Denver airport. I think that you need to look at it as a whole. Why the fuck did they give so much billions of fucking dollars to a random airport in Denver? It's craziness. And why did it take so many fucking years to complete, even though it has the same fucking automated system that most fucking airports have? And there's no documentation to say that that's why it took longer. That's just their fucking excuse. There's no actual documents. And when you go through and get all this information put together, and then you've got these weird fucking murals. Like, okay, I get art's weird these days, but of all the fucking murals to put in an airport, maybe a Nazi beheading children with a quote from a random Auschwitz fucking survivor, probably not the best thing to put on an airport wall. Right. I'm sorry, but it's not. So the fact that the government said, and if you read it, it was signed off by not only the mayor, but the fucking president. So it's like, okay, really? We're signing off on this artwork, and then you go and research the guy that did the artwork, and he does some bullshit fucking interview about how it's about freedom and bringing back the world. Okay, if it's about freedom and bringing back the world, why the fuck did you paint a Nazi beheading children on a wall? That's fucked. You can't, that's too soon. Like, I don't go and, like, if you painted fucking, like, the genocide of fucking Muslims on the fucking wall, people are not going to be too happy about it. You just painted the genocide of fucking Jews on a wall. That's craziness.
Yeah.
In a fucking airport. A place where people are about to get on a plane and depart for another country. You put a picture of someone beheading fucking Jewish children. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I didn't see the beheading part. I saw the Nazi getting crushed, and I saw the Nazi rounding up kids.
Yeah, man, that's nuts. It's like a whole wall. It's crazy.
So, I mean, it's...
Like, there's different ways to monument something. Genocide. You don't have to show people...
Like I said, with public art, I mean...
It's public art, and then there's art in an airport, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. And that... We're about to get interrupted, but that mixed with all the Masonic things on the floor, the amount of money that was spent on it, and the secrecy behind who spent that money, and then the Masonic symbol on the dedication thing that you saw yourself, I think all of it together stands at something that there's possibly a bunker underneath that thing. And that's what I'm edging towards. And I think that out of all that's where I came back to. Yeah. And it's not, when I really thought about it, where would you put a bunker for the rich and famous? People that have, like, okay, rich princes in Dubai that have spent the money. Because, okay, we can all sit here and say conspiracy theories, but we all know the Earth's getting a little shitty. Natural disasters are happening all over the world. Yeah. If one massive one was to happen and you had money, would you not buy your freedom? Would you not buy your safety? If you had bought safety and there was safety, where would it be? Yeah. Where would people from all other countries have to come into? An airport.
Denver?
No, but the hardest place to do, if you think about it, the hardest place in the thing to do in a state of crisis would to bring the people that have paid for safety to where the safety is. It would be the hardest thing because they would all have to fly into airports to wherever it is and then drive or get to wherever it is. There would have to be a landing strip. Right. There would have to be a landing strip where the bunker was. So either they build a massive structure somewhere randomly with a landing strip and eventually people would fly over with drones or break the law and find out, and there would be leaks and it'd be like Area 51, which they lied about for fucking many, many years. And now all of a sudden Area 51's a real thing, even though for like 30 years they said that it was a lie and that there was nothing in the desert and you should all just shut your mouths and move on. But it's there. We don't know what they do there, but it's there. So they could either do that and have that happen all over again, or they could just put it underneath Denver Airport, which is one of the biggest airports in the world with the most money spent on, which took the longest to build. And multiple construction guys came forward and said, we buried some weird ass shit, like big fucking buildings to hold fucking thousands of people. And then maybe that's a good idea to have people fly into an airport and go to the safety bunker. So I think with all the evidence, it really got me as to like, something's going on here. It's not a normal airport build. When they built Canadian, like the Calgary airport, there was no conspiracy theory. It didn't. No builders came forward and said, "Oh, we buried a bunker." No, if there's reasons this shit happens, no one like it's a bit random for like someone that was on a build in Denver Airport to be like, "Oh yeah, well we buried bunkers," and then like a bunch of other ones come forward and be like, "Yeah, he's telling the truth, but we're all lying for no reason at all. We're not even going to get money from this." It's weird. You have to take the evidence, and you have to be like,
there is stuff underneath. Like I said, they openly admit there's tunnels and stuff like that. So, I mean, the fact there is stuff there, but I mean, what's it for? Who knows, right? I mean,
yeah, and that's what caught my eye. And the fact that the Masonics got involved gives you a little indication they don't get involved in the builds in every airport. Right. The fact that they gave money to the Denver airport, of all airports, as you say, it's Denver airport. Who gives a fuck, right? That even leads even more to why the fuck did the Masonic... Why did they come and give money to a Denver airport? It's random. Yeah. And it's too random.
Why not do something privately? Because there are private bunkers and people are building private bunkers in the U.S. as we speak.
And I believe that's one of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I don't know why you would build it in association with the airport.
Because of that one reason, I believe that's what I came to the conclusion to, because I was thinking the same thing. Why would you take the airport? But then if you built a bunker that big, you'd need an airport because in the case of a world, they're going to have private planes and they're going to be coming in. They need to come in to where the bunker is. Some people live in Dubai. Some people live in a thing. And I'm guessing that they're going to build a super bunker for all the rich and famous to be in one spot so they can calculate not only like, because communications after the end of the, like if there was some sort of solar flare or anything like that, EMP, like they're going to take out communications. Something like an iPhone or satellites may not be able to run. Like even we found out like when we have floods and stuff, things like cell phones, Wi-Fi, those things aren't fucking going anymore. Like I watch YouTubers that were going through Irwin, was it? Was that the Irwin, the hurricane that just went through Florida?
Right.
I watch YouTubers on there that couldn't YouTube, and they had to do a video before and after. Like, I'm going to go offline here. Hurricane's coming through. I lose my cell phone. I lose everything. Like, they have to move their computers. So the fact that you think that there would be like, you know, cell phone communication, things like that is silly. So like they would need to get people into a safe location, just like the movie 2012, when they had to get everyone to the boats because there was a huge flood. Well, it'd be a similar thing. You would have to get them to where the safe environment was. Best place to have an airport above you. Yeah. Because people can come in, and it's not only that, it's the biggest airport that there's been made. Yeah. It's fucking huge.
Now we'll see. We'll see what happens.
No, we won't, because me and you will fucking burn.
There you go.
I don't have enough money to get us underneath Denver, do you?
Probably not. But that's all we have time for this week.
I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
There's another hot conspiracy for you.
There you go.
Take her easy. Peace.
See ya.